Brace yourself for a question that will make you to rethink about everything. How is that Satan, yes, Satan, can do something that Allah himself, the all-powerful creator, supposedly cannot? The Quran says that Allah cannot have a son because he doesn't have a wife. But guess what? Satan has kids and lots of them. Some says he even lay eggs. So how come Satan can pull off what Allah claims is impossible? Quran Surah 6:101. Allah states that he cannot have a son because he doesn't have a wife or girlfriend or maid. Of course, it is not your fault that Allah is not handsome enough to have a wife, have a girlfriend, or have a maid. That is not your fault. Please don't feel bad about it. As you read the verse, you might be thinking, yes, that is logical for a human being. But for a divine and all-powerful God or deity, does these restrictions make any sense to you? It doesn't make any sense to me. From chapter 6 verse 101, it is clear that Allah's inability to have a wife directly limits him having a son. But things get interesting when you look at the Islamic tradition. First of all, Surah 18 verse 50 talks about Satan and his offsprings. And when you dig into Islamic tradition, you get to see Iblis, Satan, the one is being created by fire, has offsprings. Not just one offsprings. He's got 5 very favorable sons.
Did you know that the devil in Islam, called Iblis, also has 5 sons? Iblis whispers to humans to make them commit sin, and to help him with this, he has 5 sons. The first is called Dasim, the second is called Awar, the third is Miswat, the fourth is called Thabr, the fifth and final son of Iblis is called Zalanbur.
And yes, you heard it right, all these sons have different responsibilities. How does Satan manage something like this? Muslims asked, how can Satan have offsprings? Suyuti expressed that Satan has a wife, and name of his wife is Samum. Others claim that they did not attend the wedding of Satan, but expressed that for Satan to have an offspring, he must have a wife. So while one view is that Satan has offsprings because Satan has a wife, another view is the way which his offsprings came into being is that he inserted his private part into his private part, then he laid 5 eggs, and that was the origin of his offsprings. You imagine that, how it works. Another explanation is given by scholars is that Allah created Satan with a penis on his right thigh and vagina on his left thigh, so that he impregnates himself in the manner, and 10 eggs are laid each day, and from each of them emerge 70 male and female devils. So how does Satan have offsprings? One of the option is Satan has a wife. Second option is Satan, he inserts his private part into his private part and then lays eggs, 5 eggs, and then origin of his offspring comes from that. And then the third option is the way Allah created Satan is very unique. Satan has male private part and woman private part, so Satan impregnates himself and then produce approximately 700 eggs, 700 baby Satans each day. And tradition goes on and express that Satan lays his eggs in a marketplace. Satan has offsprings from his loins. There is nothing indicate these eggs are from female, namely his wife or otherwise. So some tradition tells us, no, Satan doesn't have a wife. That means Satan is able to produce sons, not only one, but sons without a wife. the way Allah created Satan. Then here's my questions. If a Satan created being can't figure out how to have offsprings without a wife, why can't Allah, the creator of everything, do the same? If Allah's inability to have wife with a reason that he cannot have a son, then why does his creation, Satan, not face the same limitations? The theological implications are significant. If Satan, who is subordinated being, has a level of ability or creativity that Allah doesn't have, what does that say to us about Allah's being all-powerful? Shouldn't the creator be greater than in every way from his creation? You can go further. If Allah cannot transcend human being limitations, like needing a wife to have a son, how does this ally with the claim that Allah is all-powerful and completely unlike his creation? I am puzzled by the teachings of Islam. Allah cannot have a son because he doesn't have a wife, yet Satan can have offsprings. Not only one, have offsprings without one. Satan can have a wife, yet Allah cannot. Satan can bypass the need of having a wife altogether, yet make lots of babies by other means. So, then the question is, who holds the power in this scenario? The creator or the creation? Allah Almighty or the Satan? It looks like to me, it is Satan who holds the power. I told you, this is going to make you question Islam altogether and then make you to think about everything.